Hey everyone, Zion over here from Nintendo Life. So the most recent Nintendo Direct, the Partner Showcase, which in North America gave us a bunch of stuff, and in Japan they announced that Mother 3 is available now on the Japanese Nintendo Switch Game Boy Advance online app. But of course, the game isn't available to play in English. It's only playable in Japanese currently. But the man most famous for creating and writing the script for Earthbound and the Mother series in general, Shigesato Itoi, has come out and give us some sort of hope, a direction, and something to look forward to. So to chat all about it today, I'm joined by the fantastic Mr. Felix.
Hey, did you see I was delayed? Just like we are awaiting the delayed release of Mother 3.
Hey, you know what? I will wait all day for you, just like you do for me all the time. we can keep waiting for Mother 3, hopefully. So one thing I want to clear up right off the bat is I keep seeing whenever we complain or we talk about Mother 3 and we talk about wanting an English localization, I always see a lot of comments of people saying, quit whining. There's the fan translation. It's better than the original, than the Nintendo's version ever would be. Yada yada. I completely agree with you. I completely agree with everybody that says that you should go out there and play the fan translation because it's there. Go buy a Japanese cartridge, find your way to play the fan translation, do it. But yesterday I was in a car ride with my sister-in-law and we were talking about Mother 3 and the announcement, and I was explaining the game and all the things that I loved about it. And then it occurred to me, they're more of a casual gamer. No matter how good I tell them this game is, they're probably just not going to go out of their way to try to play the fan translated version just because of the barrier of entry. How many people do you think in your life do you have that you would love to play Mother 3? I guess I'm talking to you, Felix, but also just to the audience, you know? Like, how many people can you think of that you would love to play Mother 3 that just aren't going to jump over that barrier? People are busy. People have more hobbies than just video games. And if this were just like a movie or a book, you know, that we could just share with them easily, I think that's what a lot of people want for Mother 3, is to just have it be accessible to the general public so they can play this game, because this game the story means so much, doesn't it, man?
The story is amazing. I've played Mother 3 and it's the only game in the Mother series I've played, and it's one of my favorite games I've ever played. It is tough in places, but the story is so beautiful. It covers some really serious topics, and the way it depicts like the whole modern world of and how it's transforming. I feel like it nails the like how capitalism works and all that. I mean, it would be really cool to have it more accessible and all that, but also just for Nintendo to acknowledge it, to actually, because Sion, you showed me this amazing documentary by Fangamer about like Mother and the whole translation process of the third game, and it just means so much to so many people. And there's this whole thing that Nintendo they're just not acknowledging it really at all here in the West, and I would love to see how the internet would react to that, and it would just make me so happy to finally see that.
There's been a lot of word over the years that a lot of people have talked to different employees at Nintendo and said that, you know, Mother 3 is never coming, and that lots of people want to make it happen, and that it's harder to get, you know, greenlit than any of us can probably ever imagine. But then yesterday, coincidentally, it was confirmed by Wario64 on Twitter that Earthbound Beginnings Switch icons are being added to the My Nintendo program, and they're only going to be available for a week. Like, Paul messaged me and said, like, is this salt in the wounds, Zion? And in a way it is, but it feels like a cry of desperation from Nintendo employees, like, that want so badly to give us something, you know?
Yeah.
I think it can be really easy to like be mad at Nintendo in situations like this, but the more vocal we are, like, that's really all that we can do. We can only stand up and just try to tell other people to play this game, and hopefully Nintendo will realize that money's being left on the table over here that they could be making. And maybe they'll realize that this game is worth bringing over, that it's okay.
Yeah. I think yesterday I felt that, okay, this is the end. It just means, okay, it's not coming in the West because they're just releasing it on Game Boy Advance. But all hope is not lost, right?
I felt the complete same way. You and I, we've talked before, like, you know, with Alex and I think a previous discussion about, you know, Super Mario RPG, the way that was handled. You know, we had so much hope that, Mother 3 hasn't come to the Japanese Nintendo Switch Online app because they're surely making a remake. That makes so much sense. The Switch user base is so large that they could sell 1 million copies, because there's so many people have a Switch. Maybe it'll happen. So this Japanese exclusive only reveal had me pretty sad. But then John Cartwright, friend of the channel who used to make videos with us, he tweeted at me and reminded me about Fire Emblem Shadow Dragon, which was a Famicom Japanese only game, which released on the Japanese Nintendo Switch Online app on March 13th of 2019. And then over a year later, it released as its own separate download in North America, fully translated in English by the Nintendo Treehouse. So maybe Mother 3 could get the same treatment. The only thing I hope it doesn't get is the fact that this Fire Emblem re-release, the English version, was only available for about 4 months and then it was taken offline. And anybody who bought it can still play it, but Nintendo tried to make it this exclusive thing, and Mother 3 deserves better than to be on the eShop for a couple months. It's kind of a double-edged sword, I guess, because you see something like this, and there are things to complain about, but at the same time, it can give us hope that not everything is lost. Maybe Nintendo is saving Mother 3 to do something special with it.
Yeah. No, I think after looking at that, it does mean that it could potentially happen. Now, is it going to happen? Probably not. But I would really like to see it because, man, there's just so much iconic stuff with this game. One of my favorite things is like all the different frogs. So if anyone who doesn't know, the frogs is how you save your game, and then these, like, normally they're just in a regular position, but they can be like in a balloon. They can be
in a car, right?
Yeah. All sorts of weird stuff. It's always subverting expectations. And the same thing with how you heal. There's these baths, and it's one of the most beautiful moments in the game. Now, I don't want to spoil anything because you should just go and experience this game blind, because there's so many twists and turns that you would never expect from a game like this.
Right, like it is a turn-based RPG, but the way that the combat is handled with the rhythm and...
The combat is super fun.
Isn't it?
I didn't really know about the rhythm thing, because it doesn't really, well, it does teach you. I didn't really get the hang that you could, like, if you kept pressing to the rhythm, you could kind of combo. And there's so many different music tracks in this game, and they have all these weird sorts of rhythms, so you have to memorize the patterns for each type of enemy. Well, they have different variations of tracks just to spice it a bit up.
Yeah, and so you're not just getting the same battle theme over and over again either.
Yeah, and each character has their own sound effect when they actually do hit it. So Boney the dog has like woo woo woo. That was the worst impression of a dog.
But hey, if that's what it sounds like, it is what it is. So that's all right.
That's it. I don't know. I can't remember. Someone has an electric guitar, someone has a bass, but it's like you are making the song with these combos, and it's not always easy to hit these combos, but it is really, really fun.
Yeah.
After all this, after watching the documentary, I was playing some Smash Bros, and suddenly it hit me, man, it's incredible that we actually do have Lucas. We have a Mother 3
the main
stage.
character of Mother 3, right, is in...
Yeah, he is in Smash Bros. It's actually kind of unbelievable when you think about it, but it's so cool. So I gave him a go, and I don't know, something clicked. So now I'm trying to get the ropes of him. There was just this special connection. So he's really fun to play. Again, I just can't. I'm really happy that he's in the game, even though I just never really paid attention to him. Suddenly it was just, wait a second, he is in the game.
I was just back visiting family, and one of my nephews plays a lot of Smash Bros, and he's 11. And we were at my grandpa's house, and we were playing his like NES Classic system. And I was thinking that, like, him and like a couple of my other cousins their nephews were gonna be like really bored of this or something. But it turns out like they had already played a lot of these games through their own like NES classics that they have at home or through the Nintendo Switch app.
Yeah.
And so like we played Punch-Out. We were flipping through this Nintendo strategy guide that my grandpa has that has Star Tropics in it. And my nephew knows more about Star Tropics than I do, which is like an NES Zelda like style game. That also kind of reminded me, like we live in a bubble sometimes, but there are so many people outside of our bubble that also care about these same games, And it'd be so nice if somebody, it turns out their favorite character in Smash Bros is Lucas, but they can't play Mother 3 like illegally in America. Like it just doesn't make any sense. Like that 11-year-old kid should be able to just play the game.
Yeah.
Maybe it's too adult of a game for him, but
I mean, it does. Yeah.
Thinking about it now, I'm thinking about all this in real time right now. But I can't remember who it was on Twitter that shared this originally. But Earthbound icons and Mother 3 icons are coming to the Japanese Nintendo Switch Online app.
Yes.
And the Mother 3 ones, those are coming. Was it March 7th? Is that what it is? For
Yes.
only for a week. So that has a few people wondering like, what's gonna happen on March 7th?
Yeah, because they've also done the same thing in the US, but without the Mother 3 icons. So it's like, this is just speculation.
Yeah, that's true. We're also getting Mother 3 plushies of the main cast.
Oh my god, they look so good.
Don't they?
They look amazing. I would love some Mother 3 plushies.
We got Lucas, Klaus, Duster, and Kumatora?
It is Kumatora. No Boney though. Maybe there's like a...
Oh, you're right.
But that's okay. It is still cool to see.
Maybe we'll get like another set of 3, because they did that with the Earthbound ones, where they released like the main playable characters, and then they released a Mr. Saturn, I think it was, separate, and Porky or Pokey or Picky, whatever you want to call him. So maybe we'll get like Flint, Hinawa, and Boney all as like another like little triple pack or something in a year's time.
Yeah.
And these are all available through Shigesato Itoi's own company website, Hobonichi, and they're also selling these plush fridge magnets of Lucas, Lucas's brother Klaus, and then Salsa the little monkey, along with like a bunch of characters from Earthbound or Mother 2 as well. So the thing that I wanted to end this video on is actually a handwritten note by Shigesato Itoi that was uploaded to Hobonichi's website, and it was translated by Lone Challenger and Cody Nicolo over on Twitter, who run the fan site Mother Forever. And I just want to read it here quick in case if anybody doesn't catch it. So Itoi-san said, "Mother 3 was like my final child. It's strange, funny, and heart-trending. Looking back on the story of this such world, the characters, the events, the flow of time and emotions, all of that has been so dear to me. I made this game as an older man, and it was a challenge to get out. As my child, I believe it has grown up to be a fine adult that understands the heart of people very well. I believe that every corner of Mother 3's world has traces of me. I'd be so happy if you could play it and enjoy it." And then in response to someone named Aster on Twitter, who was asking for Mother 3 to be released in English, and due to the fact that Mother 3 is trending heavily on Twitter, Itoi-san said, "Please talk to Nintendo about that, not me." So it sounds like Itoi's giving his blessing. It's not up to him. We don't know what it is, but for some reason, Nintendo in the West doesn't want to release it. Or maybe they have other plans that we don't know about right now. The biggest thanks again to Cody and Lone for translating this letter and always getting Mother stuff in my feed with their fan site Mother Forever. So of course, let us know in the comments down below if you've played through Mother 3 before, if you're still holding out hope that a fan translation will come. It's of course always okay to be realistic, but hope, it's okay to have it sometimes too. And of course, if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more videos like this, then why don't you smash that subscribe button 16 times and then ring that notification bell to be notified whenever we put up new videos, including Earthbound ones, because there's no reason to stop until Earthbound can truly be played by the masses. Thank you all so much for watching, and thank you to Felix for joining me for this discussion. I'm Zion from Nintendo Life. Stay safe out there, and we will see you all next time.